The Winnower has been revealed. On top of the collector's edition lore having Ido blatantly say that the Witness and Winnower are not the same, and on top of the Witness saying that it is the first knife, we got a line of dialogue where it states, and I quote, "You call us Winnower. We are not, but the first knife clutched in its hand." It does not get more blunt than that. It's official. The Witness is not the Winnower. But with that being said, I've seen a lot of discussion about what this reveal actually means. Is the Winnower a real character? Does he have any agency? Will he be the antagonist of the next saga? You get the kind of questions I'm on about. I've been doing my own digging, and I feel confident enough to share with you what I believe is a very in-depth look at the Winnower as shown in the final shape, as well as giving you my thoughts on the character moving forward. Keep in mind, not all of the lore is available yet. We're still waiting for the rest of the Raid lore book. Also, spoilers. Blah. Finally, thank you for being here. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that it makes your day just a little bit better. But yeah, let's get into it. If you are new to this channel, then I need to tell you something. I've gone over this topic a lot. I have a video all about the Winnower and the big boy unveiling video that a lot of you guys are already aware of. I've also made a video about the Final Shapes Collector's Edition lore that is relevant to the character as well. My point is that this topic has a ton of info, and to save time, I'm not going to explain each of these aspects in full detail. Instead, I'm treating this as a conversation where we both understand the lore, and when I reference something, you'll get it. If you become lost during your time here, I really encourage you to do your own digging. You can also go watch Bife's video on the Winnower, and if you want some super deep info on the character, go check out Abaddon. He started making videos of his own, and he's already shown that he loves to dig into the lore just as much as we do, with a Gardener and Winnower video that goes into their connection to Gnosticism, something Bungie has leaned into a lot in the past. Check him out, you won't regret it. Okay, now we can actually begin. I'm sorry for the bait. Allow me to approach things in this way. Is the Witness the Winnower? No. Not only did Unveiling prove that through the language used, ideology presented, and so on, but this expansion has the Witness straight up say it itself. I don't think I need to explain this too much. Is the Winnower real, or a concept made up by the Witness? The Winnower is 100% real. As I will get into later, unless proven otherwise, I believe this expansion has made it incredibly clear that Unveiling is from the Winnower. It also makes it clear that the Witness is not the Deep from the Books of Sorrow, and that Oryx did in fact speak to a different character, who happens to be the same as the one in Unveiling. Furthermore, in a vision from Micah, she references that during the collapse, the Gardener experienced somewhat of a reunion with a family member, and it didn't go too well. I'll go more into that later though, probably in a different video. To save time, I'll say this. My point from all these years still stands. We have evidence of the Winnower communicating to characters in the world, whether it be Oryx, the Witness's race, or us. This isn't a concept, it's a being, and it has a mind and a will of its own. If the Winnower is real, then where is it? I know I bring it up a lot, but I truly think my Veil Theory videos hit the nail on the head. In the Books of Sorrow, the Hive speak of the light and darkness. They call the light the sky, and the darkness the deep. What is both interesting and important, however, is that the deep is referred to as both a character and a place. Oryx goes down into the deep using the Tablets of Ruin. The tablets are the only known way currently to access it. Therefore, it is a place. But at the same time, Oryx speaks with the deep, and even summons it from its realm and into an unborn ogre. it is a character as well. The character whose catchphrase is majestic, majestic. I truly believe that the veil is the deep. The witness directly states that the veil is the traveler's opposite. We know that it is a force of darkness. In a memory of a conversation between the witness and Nezarec, the witness refers to the power of the veil as
the dark of the deep,
which I think says a lot. And the veil isn't just some dumb space tumor. Remember, the witness claims to be the first knife, a concept from Unveiling. And where did its race get all of this knowledge to begin with? From the veil. They never say how, but it's heavily implied that they saw the truth within it. At the same time, I believe that the veil was intentionally designed by Bungie as something to be entered. In Lightfall, our ghost has a line warning us to not fall into the veil. And my boy, Bungie artist Dima Goryanov has on his Twitter a 3D model video of a guardian falling into the veil. Coincidence? I think not. Again, to save time, I won't go super deep into it. I have videos that already do this. But to summarize, I'll say this. There is more than enough evidence to validate this question. If the Traveler has a character connected to it and a realm of light inside of it, then what does that say about the veil? My opinion? The veil is the deep Oryx used the Tablets of Ruin to enter, and inside he met and spoke to the Winnower, the character who he called the beautiful final shape. So yes, to answer the main question, I believe that all evidence points to the Winnower being inside the veil's realm, and the veil of course is on Neptune. Did the witness give us Unveiling? Unless the raid lore says otherwise, I am very confident that the answer is no. Literally because I cannot see the witness writing things that not just contradict it, but insult it as well. The first page of Unveiling. But imagine the abomination of a world where nothing can end and no choice can be preferred to any other. Imagine the things that would suffer and never die. Imagine the lies that would flourish without context or corrective. Imagine a world without me. This was what the witness wanted. To remove death. To take away the free will of all life in existence. The writer of Unveiling is calling this an abomination. I think that speaks for itself. This is from the Cambrian explosion. Beings who deserve no thought. Those who peddle the tired gotcha that all life hastens entropy. They are fatuous little nihilists who pretend to prefer no existence to a flawed one. They bore me. Those who seek to delay the challenge that all things desiring existence must overcome. Those who describe false moral equivalence. The witness is guilty of all three. Take a shot every time the witness mentions entropy. The witness also sees life as meaningless and as a poison. Do I need to continue? The witness wants to freeze all life in a never-changing state, preventing it from attempting to overcome the struggles of life and ultimately dying. Again, it is very self-explanatory. And finally, the false moral equivalence. The witness preaches how right it is, and how its final shape is salvation, but the actions which it believes save us from suffering inflicted upon us. Furthermore, the Collector's Edition lore shows the witness being cruel for the sake of it. The witness is a hypocrite, and its logic was flawed. So, I think the witness meets the requirements to be someone the Winnower would find boring. And finally, what does the Winnower say about Oryx in Unveiling? They are not all mine. Not in the way that admirers such as my man Oryx are mine. Utterly devoted to the practice of my principle. In this expansion, the witness straight up makes fun of the Hive for following the sword logic, and in the first page of the raid lore book says that they tried to convince the Hive that the sword logic was wrong. By extension, the witness is making fun of Oryx, and in Unveiling, the Winnower said that Oryx admired him and was devoted to the practice of his principle. It's Jover, man. Again, unless new lore comes out that poops on all of this, I'm just gonna say it. The narrative team cooked hard. They did. I still don't appreciate what they did to the pyramids and Nezarec, but you win some and you lose some. It is what it is. But yes, I think this seals the deal on that question. It makes sense. It preserves continuity, and quite frankly, if true, it's a big flex from the writers. Next question. What is the Winnower doing now, and will he get involved in the future? Yes. I don't know how, I'm still figuring things out, but let me say this. I've seen people on Reddit say that the Winnower has no agency and doesn't get involved in things. I agree and disagree. The Winnower most likely is inside the Veil and probably can't go anywhere. At the same time, it makes complete sense for the Winnower to sit back and do nothing. The final proof of the Winnower's argument is the death of all things, naturally. And as it currently stands, this is inevitable. How about you go and live forever and then you can prove me wrong, okay? You do that. So the Winnower doesn't need or want to go around wiping everything out because they'll die regardless. In that sense, yes, the Winnower doesn't act. However, the idea that the Winnower has no agency at all is false. The Winnower chose to manipulate the Witness's race, and there's no other word for it. They took the Veil, and what they learned convinced them to turn on the Gardener. And we know this was from the Winnower because of the term the first knife. That term is intrinsically linked to the original garden from before time, and as both Bife and myself have stated, that garden did exist. Meaning, the Witness didn't make the term up, it got it from the Veil, and by extension, the Winnower. That was a choice. The Winnower forged the Witness. Not because it was forced to, or because it's just a darkness battery the Witness's race used. Come on guys, look at what happened when the Witness was made. The Traveler literally had to run 24/7 with all of its golden ages being wiped out. All by a race she uplifted in the first place, and all while the Winnower chilled in the Veil and laughed. This was a move in the game, no doubt about it. Second, there's unveiling. The Winnower chose to contact us. He chose to try and convince us. I won't go into why, as it's irrelevant, but if the Winnower was incapable of exerting his will... Bro, Bird, I am going to finalize you in a minute. That's what I thought. If the Winnower was incapable of exerting his will in any way, shape, or form, we would have not received unveiling. And like I said, I don't think this was from the Witness. Bro, then there's the future. I don't think the Winnower had a true reason to get involved in a meaningful way. But then we came along. And not only does it value us for reasons I won't go into, but the Witness is dead. We are now the most powerful beings in the Destiny universe, with the exception of the two gods, and we are the Ring of Spears around a gentle kingdom. And now, my friends, for the first time, that ring is expanding. So how does the Winnower get involved if it wants to? I will tell you, I don't know. Do I wish we got more answers in the final shape? Yes. But if this interpretation of the lore is correct, then I'll just say it. The narrative team impressed me, and I really respect their work in this expansion. And in case you think I'm being a simp, just look at my most viewed video on the channel. It says otherwise. I say it how it is, and I'm telling you that it is good. But what did you think? Were you happy with the Winnower reveal? Did you enjoy how I connected all the dots? Let me know. Thank you everyone for your time, and thank you Detective Studios, Ultra Risen, Concept Center, Cursed Cat, and That Is Not Jay, and all of my other members. Thank you so much for your support. It means the world to me. But yeah, that's everything from me. I'll talk to you all real soon. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.